Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for September 23rd, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, you have 2 and 6 here. So the two sixes here, actually place the 6 in this box, only place for it. I don't think the 2, well, now the 2 looks in here and here. Putting a 2 in one of these two. That points down with this 2. This 2 looks in. Putting a 2 in one of these two. Anything else looking into this box while we're here? So 2 and 6, 5 and 7. So the 7 looks in. These two 7s look in. That actually places the 7 and the 2. 4 digits left in this box. We need a 2, 3. So I'm seeing 2. Oh no, so we don't need a 2. Sorry. I'm seeing the 3 look in though. These aren't 3. So 3 ends up in one of these two cells. That is going to point. It doesn't do anything immediately. But other than the 3, we need 3, 4, 8, 9. So these are 4, 8, 9. And this isn't 9, so it's 3, 4, 8. That's it for that. All right. I think that's all the interesting things we get out of this box. Let's back up to here. So we also have this 9 looking in, but there's no 9 down here to help. All right, we can move on. 4, 8, and 9 here. All right, so we do have our standard New York Times trick. Two days in a row, actually. So these green digits are 4, 8, and 9. Purple digits, 2, 3, and 5. So the question is, where do the green digits go in this column? We know that there's no overlap between green and purple. 2, 3, 5, 4, 8, 9. Those are all different digits. So green can't repeat in this box. We need 3 cells for green for the 4, 8, and 9. They can't repeat in this box, so we can't put them here. And they aren't the purple digits. So that leaves only these 3 digits to place the green. So these are going to be the green digits, and then we can call these 3 digits, which are the 3 we haven't mentioned, the blue digits. So we have 3 green digits, 3 purple digits, 3 blue digits. So every row, every column, and every box will have 3 greens, 3 purples, 3 blues, because we have 1 of each digit. And so now we have 3 blues and 3 greens, so this box needs 3 purples. So this is kind of what you kind of immediately get out of finding this pattern here. And so we can fill out this now. We know these are 4, 8, and 9. Now these two cells can't be 9. So the only place for the green 9 is right here. And then we need a 4 and an 8. This 8 says not here. So that has to be the 8, and this is the 4. And now up here, we need the purple digits, which are 2, 3, 5. We see this 3 look in. The only purple that can be 3 is here. So that's our 3. And then this is going to be a 2, 5 pair. And then the 3 digits that we haven't talked about are 1, 6, and 7. So that can't be 6, that can't be 1. So that's what we get out of finding that. So we can clear those colors out. This can't be an 8 anymore. Okay. So we got a 2, 5 pair up here. Does that help at all? Yeah. So this 2 looks in. The 2, 5 pair looks in here. This 2 looks up, putting a 2 in one of these two cells. Anything else from here? 2 filled box columns. So we want to look at these digits and how they affect the other boxes. So let's just go in numerical order here. So the 3 does look down here, putting a 3 in one of these two cells. Okay, that's 3. The 4 looks in here, putting a 4 in one of these two cells. Okay, already placed here. And then we have the 8 and the 9. We have both 8s and both 9s here. Actually, we have all the 8s and 9s in the stack, so we don't need to worry about those. All right. Now, something interesting, I just want to point this out. It's not really usable at the moment. But whatever this digit ends up being, 2 or 5, that is not placed in this box yet. If it was a 2, then 2 is not placed in this box yet. 5, also not placed in this box yet. So we can ask the question, well, whatever this digit ends up being, where does that end up in this box? Well, it can't repeat in the column, and it's not 3, 7, 8, 9. So it would end up over here. So actually, we could use this. I usually wouldn't because it's a little advanced. But let me just point out what I would do. So I intend these to be walkthroughs, and so I have a particular set of techniques that I know you can solve all New York Times puzzles with. So I try not to pull out anything advanced and actually use it because I'd like you to know that you didn't have to have found that. But I do want to show you what I would do here if it was just kind of my own solve and I noticed this, because it's pretty neat. Maybe there's something here that'll expose that better. But this cell here, we're just going to call that green. So green looks down here. Green isn't here. Green isn't any of these cells, right? Green has to be a 2 or a 5. You notice this cell here, it sees a 2 and a 5 in the row. So whatever this cell ends up being, if it's a 2, then this ends up a 2. If it's a 5, then this ends up a 5 because it's the only place to put it. Meaning this is only 2, 5, which actually places the 4 here. So I'm not going to use that. It would be a huge boost to the solve time, but I'm not going to use that. But I am going to I'm going to color these two to kind of remind you that I know this is going to end up a 2 or a 5, and we can prove that by solving it in other ways and find that that ends up the case. We might be able to get at it by like penciling some of this. So let's just see what happens here. We need a 1, 3, 6, 7. So we know the 7 looks down. Oh, I missed this 7 looking down in here. So 7's one of these two. And what we have found here, this is a technique you need to use, is a hidden 3, 7 pair. So our corner marks are telling us that. The two cells I've highlighted here, one of them must be 3 and the other must be 7. And that leaves no room for anything else because we need to place a 3 and we need to place a 7 in this box. And so that hidden pair, what it does is it eliminates anything else we thought could be in those two cells. That leaves 2 digits behind over here. You would have found that these were the only options for these 2 digits anyway. These 2 cells anyway. We need a 1 and we need a 6. So this is a 1, 6 pair. And that means that the rest of this column, yeah, so we're going to get it. We're going to get what I was just talking about. The rest of this column is 2, 4, 5. And you notice this can't be the 2, 5. So this is a naked 4. And then this is 2, 5. Now, and then we actually have captured the idea that these two are the same digit through this guy here. If this is a 2, this is a 5, making that a 2. That's a 5, that's a 2, making that a 5. So we have accomplished what I found earlier just by penciling a little bit. But it's kind of neat to find things that way. I hope you agree. We need, in this box, we need a 1, 2, 5, 6. This can't be 2 or 6, so this is 1, 5. This can't be 1, so it's 2, 5, 6. This can't be 2 or 5, so this is 1, 6. We also got an 8, 9 pair here, so the rest of this row is 1, 6, because they can't be 8, 9. This 8, 9 pair means this is a 3, 4 pair. It does affect the column, leaving behind 1, 8, 9. Top one's not 9. Oops, I meant to send a mark. Top one's not 9. Okay. This row is also down to 4 digits. We need a 1, 3, 4, 5. This is not a 1, so it's 3, 4, 5. Is any of them? All right, we probably should go back to our normal scans, but I don't know if there's any other obvious things to look at. This row is down to 4. We can look at that. We need a 1, 2, 3, 7. So that's not 1. That's not 1. These ones here. And this isn't 1 because we found the hidden 3, 7 pair, which removed the 1. We also have this 1, 6 pair that does it. So this is the only place for 1 in this row. And that places the 6 and the 1 here, placing the 5 and the 2 and the 6 here, giving us the 2 and the 5 here. Notice these two ended up the same digit. That's not a 5. That places the 1 in this row. All right. This puzzle is just kind of collapsing on itself. 4 digits left in this box. We need a 3, 4, 5, 8. So we know this is 3, 4, 5. We know this is not 3 or 4. So this is 5, 8. It's going to be any of them. This row is now down to 2, 3, 7. This isn't a 7, so it's 2, 3. This is 2, 3. Oh, this isn't a 7 either in the box. So 7 in this row goes here. That's a 3. All right. Well, we just got a bunch of digits. These 2 3s look into here. I'm just going to rescan this top band here. So we have the 3s. Nothing really from the 1s. Okay. Is there anything else? This band's taken care of. Let's just look at this bottom band here. We have 5, 6, 7 here. So the 2 5s look into here, putting a 5 down here. Yeah, unfortunately 5 can be plenty of places here. All right, we have the 6s. Sorry, just 1 6. Nothing from 6 that I can tell. All right. Oh, there is something with 5s vertically. I should make sure I pay attention to that. I have one of those two. The 6 vertically is placed. 7, we have a vertical. And then is there anything horizontal? Yeah, so 7 is placed in this box, which then places the 5. 5 looking up here puts a 5 in one of these two, for what it's worth. So this is just 3, 4, 8 now. 8's in one of these two as well. Don't really need to mark that. So that was 5, 6, 7. We also, I'm going to skip this box. We also have 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. So 1, 4. So the 4s look in here, putting a 4 in one of these two. The 5s are done. The 7 is done. The 8 looks in here, putting an 8 down here. All right, that's our normal scan. This box is down to 4 digits. We need a 2, 3, 6, 9. This can't be 3, 6, or 9, so it must be a 2, giving us the 3 and the 2 here, giving us the 4 and 8 and 5 and 3 here. We get the 2 in this box. 3 and 4 are resolved. This is a pair. 6, 9. Nice. All right, this is also, oh, it's not a 6. So that's 9. Oopsie. That's 9, that's 6, that's 9. That's a 1 and a 6. Over here, we have 1, 2. We need 3 and 4. Does not appear resolved. And down here, we need 1, 8, 9. Also does not appear resolved. We don't need the corner marks. Alrighty. Let's just look up here. The pair up here, we have 1, 2. We need, what do we need? 7 and 8. This 8 tells us the order. That's 7, that's 8, giving us the 6. 8 gives 1. All right, that's not 7. This places the 1 in this box. This is now only a 7. That's 1. This is the 7 here. Let's just do this row. We have 1, 2, 3. We need a 4. And we need an 8. This 8 looks up. So that's a 4. That's an 8. Two digits here. Oh, we can get the 9 and the 8 here. We can get the 9 and the 8 here. 2 digits left up here. We need a 5, 6. The 6 tells us the order. 5 and 6. That places the 5 here. Last 3 digits are 3, 4, and 9. So the 4 is placed here. That's 3 and 4. That's 3 and 9. And we're done. All right. It may have been the New York Times trick up here that kind of resolved the whole puzzle, but I'm not sure. It kind of felt like it kind of collapsed really early on. It was just going through the motions to finish it. There wasn't a whole lot to find after that. But I did enjoy showing you this kind of way of scanning the grid, which can speed things up or expose that, hey, there's a little bit more that there to see around here. Go find it. And so that's what I did. But you can also just use it directly. And then that would have led us kind of to the same result, placing this 4, get 2, 5 pair here, getting the 1, 6 pair here, etc. Cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.